work, and he was broken, and the king said, "What's wrong? You're not sick. There's something more." Nehemiah became very afraid, because in that moment, the king had every right to execute him, because he didn't really want any unhappy people around him. For the first time in his life of work, Nehemiah showed that he was bothered by something. And the king took notice to that. Nehemiah shared his heart. And the king said, "You can go. Rebuild the walls." Nehemiah went and gathered people. Nehemiah went and he rebuilt the walls completely. He brought glory back to God. And he brought peace back to his people. Nehemiah went from ordinary to extraordinary. I believe we're going to work through these. There are 6 things that God wants us to see that will take us from ordinary to extraordinary. And the first thing is, to go from ordinary to extraordinary, you need a holy discontent. And I didn't coin that phrase, unfortunately. I wish I had. But it was Bill Hybels. He wrote a book called Holy Discontent. And in the first chapter, verse 3 and 4 reads like this. "They said to me, those who survived the exile and are back in the province are in great trouble and disgrace. The walls of Jerusalem are broken down and its gates have been burned with fire." Nehemiah says, "When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and I fasted and I prayed before the God of heaven." Something on the inside of each and every one of us has to move us. There has to be something on the inside of us that says that's not okay, and I need to fix it. And in each of us, it's going to be different. We're not all passionate about the same thing. But you need to find that one thing. When you find that one thing, it will bring you from ordinary to extraordinary. When that something on the inside of you says that it's not enough, it's not okay, I've got to be the one to fix it. When that sets off on the inside of you. You see, it happened with Moses when he saw the Egyptians attacking his Israelite brother. He said, "That's not enough. I've got to do something." And in his frustration and in his discontent, he acted out in that situation. I'm not saying that's the way to solve all our problems, all right? Okay? They buried that guy and tried to cover it up, all right? But there was something inside Moses that said it's not okay. And it forced him to do something. You see, Mother Teresa said, "I have to do something about the poor in India." Martin Luther said, "I have to put these theses on the door because we're saved by grace. We're saved by faith. We're justified." There's something on the inside of each and every one of us that has to say it's not okay. It wasn't okay with Martin Luther King Jr. when he saw the whites only signs every time he had to get a drink of water. And it snapped and he said it's not okay. I believe when we get a hold of that holy discontent on the inside of us, we can change the world. Amen. Because every person that I just named off was an ordinary person. There was nothing great about them. They weren't overly educated. They didn't know all the right people. There was something inside of them that said it's not enough. What is inside of each and every one of us? What's inside of you today that says it's not enough? What inside of you is it that says, "I can't stand it anymore"? What do others see that you overlook? What questions do you find yourself asking? Are you asking about the kids? Are you asking about young people? Are you asking about the poor and the broken? What things do you see when you drive by or when you notice them that just stirs something on the inside of you? That's that holy discontent I believe that God put in every single one of us. God wants to take us from ordinary to extraordinary. You see, Nehemiah found himself asking that question and his life was forever changed. And as followers of Christ, something has to grip our heart that will cause us to stand up and shout that it is not enough. You've got to do something about it. Something about